Let me sit.
Welcome back to Talks with Wine, guys. My name is Marley, and you are?
I am Tamara.
And you?
I'm Kamaya, aka Petty LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle.
Well,
I was just
Okay, Petty Mayonnaise. I am Petty Mayonnaise.
I'm not petty.
But you do look like Patty Mayonnaise today. I like it.
Wait a minute.
Shh, let's not talk about it.
Does anyone else watching this know how?
I'm gonna turn this way. I don't want to hear
No
it.
one
I don't want to
gets to
Oh,
chime
you
in.
want to stay at the logo like you don't know.
Let's go. Talk.
Welcome back. Shorter hair this week, so y'all can see the logo.
Yes, proud of you. Proud of you. Proud of you.
You guys want to know what we're talking about?
Will we go?
We got-
today.
We got some things, because this week has been a little stressful.
A little bit. I'm not
A little
gonna lie
bit.
about that. It's
What
a little
stressed you
bit.
out this week?
My mother.
Oh.
My Haitian mother.
Mm.
No, but
I'm like,
I'm just.
you know how like
you see me?
parents they nag you about certain things. She's over here nagging me about relationships, and I'm just like, but you got 2 other kids. Like,
Wait,
why
a
me?
Haitian mother nagging about a relationship?
She's nagging my little brother actually as well.
Wow, that's unheard
How old are you
of.
guys? What's the age range?
So my older brother is 39.
And he probably gave her grandkids already.
He already gave her
So
grandkids,
who's
So
next
she
in
can't
line?
nag him
so
no
she
more.
can't nag him, right?
So
So
who's
it's you.
next in line?
Then it's me.
All those ovaries cooking, all them eggs baking.
No.
It ain't even brunch over here,
I-
sis.
no.
No over easy, no
Mom
under.
Duke said I need another child to look at.
She
What-
got 2, and she'll be alright. And
Oh.
then it's my little brother. She has more access to him right now because I don't live with her. So she can, when are you going to get a girlfriend? When are you going to have kids? When are you going to get married?
First of all, shout out to Kerry, the coolest dude that
That's my
I
guy.
know. That's Marley's little brother. And knowing Kerry, he probably got a slew of little side bunnies, and he just ain't saying nothing.
bunnies.
Probably.
A slew.
No, not bunnies. Not bunnies.
They got brown bunnies.
Uh,
I'm just saying.
But
This week's wine is delicious, guys. It's crisp, it's light, it's delightful.
I keep dropping my card. The wine's doing something.
Listen,
calm down.
she got that prosecco with me.
But this week we're talking. We're talking about growing up West Indian.
Ooh, I got flashbacks.
Ooh, child. I know. I do too. And they still coming.
Thankfully. I got like the best of both worlds. I got
sure did.
a good portion of American household, a little bit of Trini household, a little bit of Puerto Rican household.
All right, shut up, spoiled.
She's mixed, so it's one of those weird.
She's all
mixes.
attacking me like she like
And
She
then-
had a lot going
So,
on.
and then, all right, because we're all different.
Yeah.
You're mixed. You grew up in Haiti.
No, I
Well,
was just
born.
born. I was born in Haiti.
When did you move here?
I'm
Came here when you
Americanized.
was in the 5'5" and the 2 I'm
What-
sorry.
All right.
Nine.
It's the wine.
It's
You
the
came-
wine. This
You
wine
came
is,
in,
I haven't even
because you
had
said
it.
you came here in 98,
98. Mhm.
and you were how old?
5 or 6. 5.
Oh, 6.
So you had a good little bit of, you remember.
No,
I
because
remember-
Marley don't remember nothing.
I told y'all what I
You don't
remember.
even remember much of the 90s either, though. I'm sorry. Cause I was
We could have a 2000 episode. I'll tell y'all about that.
That's
No,
fine. You
that's
can leave the
okay.
conversation.
I will, 'cause
as you can see, we're hurt.
I'm gonna come
because-
through with my little cute jersey dress, you know.
all right, back
With
to
the
back
K-Swiss.
to what I was saying.
Ooh,
'Cause I
K
was-
Swiss.
See?
No, she didn't. K Swiss. I'm not.
I
But
did
yes,
K Swiss.
I love K Swiss on the
I
low,
love the
but my
French.
parents would never. They didn't let me.
But I was gonna say, we were both born in the United States of America, right? But my household was very West Indian. Like I was one of those kids I was born in the U.S., but my grandmother raised us like we were still living in Jamaica.
As she should have.
Maybe a little more stricter than, and like we grew up in Dade County where we could grow the bushes in the backyard, had the mango trees. A lot of Americans call avocados, but Jamaicans call them pear. You have 2 sides. You have the little pears and you have the big pears. The little ones are avocados and the big ones they call pears. We had 2 pear trees. You know, we had the mangoes, we had the ackee tree, we had the pepper tree. We would pick our bush in the backyard and boil our tea in the morning for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember? You wake up Saturday morning, you clean,
Mm.
you eat your bowl of porridge.
So Saturday mornings at my house, either you was reading,
Oh,
because
I felt triggered.
I don't mean to attack you.
I felt
sis.
triggered.
You either was reading we was out in like we was going to. My father is a athlete, so his thing is I'm gonna wake you up at the crack of dawn. I understand that you've been to school Monday through Friday, but now Saturday's school. I'm gonna wake you up at the crack of dawn. We either going because you can't be fat. Let's be clear, you can't be fat. So we either running, we playing basketball. Yes, sip to it. We playing basketball. You getting out, you doing some type of activity. You get 30. I felt like I was in school. It's like silent, sustained reading. You get 30 minutes to an hour of reading. I need to tell you what I read. Make sure you comprehend it as well.
And I want to know who gave them degrees in teaching and education. Because my grandfather.
Oh, wait, my mother was a daggone substitute teacher and did not go to school for that. So you explain to me, like, and pull up at my middle school, like hi, Miss Wilson, and me.
Nah, because like
never.
Real talk, we did homework and my grandfather would check it, and I'm like, yo, your math and their math don't make sense, Grandpa, because 2 and 3 is 5. I'm like 2 plus 3 or 2 minus 3. Let me know, because 2 and 3.
Don't you dare be disrespectful.
I love my grandfather, but grandfather.
And it's always
you should know
it's
your
always
maths.
tree.
No, but why don't you ever say 2 plus 3 is 2 and 3 is this? Or
Because remember in math and
what's plus?
well,
don't be like that. You know,
Right.
you know.
No,
Don't be
not
like
like
that.
Florida math
I'll try to bring
was
logic.
2 plus 3. There was never no and in Miami math. Like 2 and 3 equal.
Oh my goodness.
And then, oh my gosh, reading the. I don't know if y'all had to do this, but we had to read the Bible every morning.
No, but I did. I was a church kid, so it
I was
like
a church
I was a
kid.
drive.
faithfully every Sunday. And then when my parents would send me down south, because that's where my dad's side of the family is. They all in the deep, deep country, like
Ooh, so
places that
really
you
had
don't
a different kind of.
like.
Yeah.
Spent my summers like. So when people talk about pitch black dirt roads, like you can't see your hand in front of you, black, that doesn't fear me. That makes no difference to me because it's like.
in the South.
Yeah, well, you just
That's
know
all
your
pitch
way
black.
because you didn't really need a map. You just needed like a landmark. So, if you seen a random little, thing here or that particular rock, okay, I know this rock. So I'll just go keep walking about maybe 2 more minutes. I'll take the left. I'll be back at my granny's house.
Okay. So, speaking of such, so you said Saturdays were
Saturdays,
reading activities, and then Sunday would be like church.
cartoons or whatever. Sunday's church. After church, you get out your church clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You put in your house.
Don't
clothes.
you
Did
dare.
put in your church clothes.
Don't you dare. Don't you even dream of
No, it ain't even just church clothes. Make sure you put on your house clothes.
Mm-hmm.
it. And you know exactly
There's
what
a
those
difference
are.
between
Yep.
house clothes and church
Church
clothes
clothes
and
and
going
For
out
those of
clothes.
you
Yes.
who do not know,
Listen.
church clothes are the prim proper clothes that you wore.
The
to
clothes
church.
that they spend the good money on.
The good money, okay? And house clothes was some holy t-shirt, probably hand-me-downs, some big stretch-out leggings.
Mind you now, you can
Remember
wear your
the
house
skirt
clothes
pants
all
with the
week.
elastics underneath the feet.
Yo.
Yo, first of all, they didn't bring those. I know they did, but they really need to bring those back.
There's
'Cause those are my
what's
joints.
listen, you can wear your house clothes all week. And
Yo,
they don't
I
get
had
dirty.
the baddest pair of slingbacks as a 5-year-old you ever seen.
I'm telling you, you put on your house clothes, but let you try to repeat your church outfit 2
Don't you-
weekends.
There's no such thing. There's no
You
such
just,
thing.
I'm like, wait, so I can wear these clothes.
No, my mother laid my things out, so there was no repeating.
No, my grandmother, when she got older, she got to an age where she would let us pick out our clothes, but we would have to approve it. So we
That
would
was
go in
like
front of her.
that was like well down the line. I
Oh,
want to
see,
say
we
about when I was 21.
Right before middle school.
See, we was like 10, and I would go, Grandma, can I wear this? No. Grandma, can I? No. Grandma, no, don't make me get up and go find it. Make sure you know what you're looking for.
Yo, because God forbid that she put the big barrettes, the big ribbon, the beads. Yo, I was definitely a bead kid.
I couldn't even wear
And I'm
beads.
talking, my hair was long, so I'm talking like beads that start from down here all the way.
I was gonna say,
there's no room for hair, just bead.
let me give y'all some.
Running through the house.
And that's why I wasn't allowed to wear beads because.
It made too much noise.
Yep.
See, I feel my
I've
mother did it
always
so she could know where the hell I was and what I was doing. Like,
Nope. I was always moving around. Like even now, I can't like sit still. So in class, my mom had gotten my hair done one time, put the beads in my hair, So my ass, who can't sit still, is sitting in class going like this, you know,
shinging around,
disturbing the class. My teacher called my mom,
like,
and my teacher was Haitian, and I remember this because this was 3rd grade.
It be the ones, it be the family that's
And
still on you.
She was Haitian. She gonna wrap me out like that. She gonna call my mom and tell her that I was disturbing the class with my hair. My mom took those out the same night, okay, and was like, "I dare you to go back to school and make more noise."
A piece.
So can I tell you something? And I don't know if this is like, I don't even know if this is a West Indian thing or a Black thing, but
and it rides a fine line. I want to say that country people, like real Southern country people, are very similar.
Yeah,
very
extremely similar.
And I want to say, like, I was a very bad child. I was very cantankerous. I got into fights. I did a lot, and I remember my grandmother used to always tell me, as long as I didn't get beat up, because this is the thing. I also got picked on.
Well, that's a yeah.
I also got picked on a lot.
See,
so I was.
That might be the Black thing.
I was going to say, as soon as, because quick story time. We moved from Boston. We moved from Boston to Miami, and the I want to say the education level in Boston was higher than it was in Miami. So when I got down to Miami in the 3rd grade, I was reading on the 6th grade level. And my teacher at the time, his name was Mr. Breeding. If you're out there, you are a wicked man. Good teacher, but on this day, he should have protected me. He was calling on me to read. He kept calling on me to read.
Wait, time out.
So
not to interject. Was you one of those kids when you knew you was going to be called on, so you read the sentence before to make sure that you?
I didn't have to. My grandmother made us read the Bible, so I'm in the
Fair
3rd
enough.
grade.
Fair enough.
Knowing the difference between thy and thou, and you know what I mean, like.
Yes.
So I was reading, and then this big girl, her name was Felicita, this Spanish girl. I mean, she was big. Y'all don't know her last name, but she was big. She was tall and big, and I feel like she got kept back a few times. She kept making fun of me. She was just like, "Oh, you a nerd.
Let's leave.
You think you
Thank you.
You think you're smarter than everybody. You think you're smarter than everybody." And
I
was
can't
like,
help but
I'm
feel
not.
like she had a breathing problem.
I'm not. No, she didn't. Felicita was a fly Spanish girl.
See,
too.
they're not welcome back on this.
We'll be back.
She was a fly Spanish girl. Had her little curly hair. She had all her felines and stuff like that. She was popping. But all I know is Shorty tried to steal my pencil because my grandmother sent us to school with
The
school
sharp number
supplies.
2?
Yes.
A sharpened number 2.
And Shorty kept trying to steal my pencil, and I'm like, "Yo, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone." And she kept bothering me. So she raised her hand to the teacher, and she was like, "Mr. Breeden, come on, you stole my pencil." And he was just like, "Come on, give it back to her." I was like, "I didn't steal her pencil." He was like, "Come on, I was like, "I didn't steal her fucking pencil." I'm in the 3rd grade now. Now, mind you, now this is Fast As Come On in the 3rd grade, who's listening to Biggie and
I was
Lil
about to say,
Kim.
ma'am.
Yo,
does your grandmother know?
No, because we didn't listen to booga music, but I did. And all I know is he was like, "All right, Kamaya, I'm gonna have to call your grandmother."
I don't feel comfortable about this.
Listen,
Grandma gonna see it and
okay.
us all. Like, Grandma, I did not.
Rest in peace, Grandma.
Listen.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Grandma,
I know
right
it.
now.
Listen, I know she's ascending somewhere though. I
But
don't
wait,
say that.
listen. So listen to the story. So because now he's like, "I gotta call your grandmother," so now I'm hot because it's like I ain't been to school 2 weeks. This is a whole new school, and I'm already getting a teacher called on me.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Shorty started really making fun of me. All I know is I bit the end of my eraser, my pencil, bit off the eraser, and I like jerked her in the eye and just like right here on the side of her face. Yes, I did this. So now I'm getting suspended. So my grandmother.
You ain't even been there 2 weeks.
But listen, if I'm gonna go out, I got a reason to go out.
With a bang though, like.
So my grandmother comes up to the school.
Oh, excuse me. A little job.
My grandmother comes up to the school, and I tell her what happened. She was like, "The girl didn't beat you up." I said, "No." She was like, "All right, let's go." The teacher should have separated you two.
See,
and ever since then, I was just like, I am proud to be Jamaican because.
See, I feel like
my mom did a similar.
My mom was very much like conflict free. My mom was one of those like. My mom is very nurturing. She's very like.
Your mother is amazing.
My mom is very nurturing. My dad
flowers.
is the hard one. My dad is the one that's like, "Yo, listen. First of all, you don't let nobody punk you." Like, I wasn't. She was asking me to borrow something. That's all it was. All good. Like, like. We share in class, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're allowed to do that.
Like that, please.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I like those type of situations didn't really come up for me. There were times where I certainly had to defend myself, and I know my mother was like, You know, like a silent head nod, like a.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, girl.
Because, you know, right. So, you know, there was those moments. My grandfather, we lived with my grandfather a little bit, and that's where really the Spanish, the Puerto Rican to be specific, comes in. And that's where, like, I don't know if anybody else can relate to this. I'm sure y'all can. Having tattoos is the mark of the beast.
Oh my gosh.
Having tattoos is the mark of the beast.
Earrings,
And
piercings.
Yeah.
See, he was okay with that. Like, but not just for girls.
Okay.
To be
But how
specific.
many piercings?
Right.
One.
Exactly. I had about
One.
3. Like if
So-
my grandmother seen the amount of tattoos, she would tell me, "Oh, you're not trying to go to heaven."
Yes,
Mhm.
because you marked up your skin.
Yes.
You ruin your temple.
Red nail polish.
My
Schizo
grandmother
Is
colors.
strictly for whores.
Yes, schizo colors.
Yo, that
My
red.
mom was a little bit on that wave.
And then she used to always tell me, "You want a favorite one mattress?" I was like, "That is so disrespectful."
What?
You want a favorite mattress? You know, people just
I know, but and the older like Caribbean people are so
stuck in their ways.
blunt and rude and just
They're sharp.
Very sharp.
Very sharp.
jeez.
Sharp with the words, sharp with their saying, sharp
And
with
they
their
don't
and they
care.
mean it, and they don't flinch. Like I find, because I'm dating.
So wait, what are you? What is your background? Because I feel like we kind of jumped in. We didn't
No,
know
yes,
this,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Well, I
I'm
give
sorry.
it. So my dad is Southern and Trini. My mom is a black woman and Puerto Rican, and I am a mutt, or whatever to politically be correct. So I am a melting pot of all these morals and all these like upbringings, and it kind of shifted because we moved around a lot in my childhood. So we went from, you know, living in our own home and my parents just kind of setting their own morals and tones, and then we lived with my grandfather for a little bit. So now I'm learning from him. My grandfather honestly is the person who taught me how to. He's the person that taught me how to cook. Not fully, but like how to really get introduced to cooking, how to do my laundry, how to iron, how to play dominoes.
Iron and put them creases in the
Yo,
pants.
listen, creases like you've never seen before. Now, granted, I hate ironing, but if you really need some crayons,
Listen.
some crayons. That's crease pants, by the way. Some
Yes.
crayons.
I know. See, I didn't stop you because I knew what it was. Because my uncle to this day will put the crease in his jeans.
Yo,
Nice stiff
Hey.
crease.
you know what I'm saying? Like before Scotch Guard, like it was just the power of the elbow, just real good.
And some water.
Real good and nice.
Yes.
Yes. And some hot
Yes.
water, like
Get you
some
that
good and nice steam, yo.
Okay.
So,
How about
So,
you?
you know,
I'm Haitian.
as they come.
Ooh. I'm like a fake Haitian because, like I said, I'm more Americanized, and my mom's Americanized now. So
Oh,
the only
is
person
she?
On what days?
she Americanized now. Like I don't know. She be catching me off guard. But
Speaking of America, I need to make sure I give your mom back the container because I don't care how Americanized
that's
you.
why I haven't
The
gone
Haitian,
over
the
there.
Haitian, the
I
Haitian
don't
will come
care.
back. I don't think I ever left mine from that night. So
I
I
don't
believe I
think-
left it in the
It's
car.
in the car,
I
yeah.
was
Okay.
gonna say, I don't
You
Mom,
care.
always gotta
I
return
never.
a Caribbean person's
Return that container.
containers.
Because they will
and
talk
they will
about
think
you
about it.
forever.
They will be cooking food and be like, who's coming over? Listen,
She
tell
already
me
has
what-
a container.
Because she never returned my things.
And
Like,
you
Make
can't
sure
get
she
nothing
come back
else.
and bring it.
it doesn't matter what it is.
Mind you now, Jamaican people are the worst because they save them butter dishes and all of that.
We
And
save all of them.
We
You be
save all
cussing
of
people.
that.
You be
All of
cussing
that.
people for butter
Do
dishes.
you know what holds
You
my
know you can
sponges?
get a whole nother.
Country, what is it?
Country
butter?
crock.
Yes.
Country
yes.
A country crock. Okay, once I
Yes.
drain my sponge,
You put
And
it
once-
right
One at
there.
my house.
once
too.
you clean the sponge with vinegar.
Yes.
Mhm.
A little bit of bleach
Okay.
if you really want to get your
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Okay. With their separate spray bottles, there's a bleach and water
And then
to clean your sink.
Yes.
And yes, I do clean my sink after I wash the dishes.
You're supposed,
You're supposed to.
Let me tell you, don't ever come to my house
let's
wash
be
any
clear.
dishes.
Let's be
Don't
clear.
you want it if you
But let's be
And
clear.
if you use the
Y'all,
same
we
sponge that you
feel
wash the dishes with to
There's
wash
two
my sink,
different sponges.
if you use the
There are
same
several.
sponge,
Three.
There are several
There's three.
you gotta
rags.
clean the stove.
Yep.
And if you
So
use
there's
that
one for the dishes. There's one for your cups, you know, and then there's one to clean
There are
the.
several
You know,
rags in the
households.
home.
I went to households where people use the
What?
same sponge to wash their stove, their countertops, their dishes.
Look at
And
my
when I
face, I
mean
can't
dishes, I mean your knives, your forks,
Well, see,
your
now
plates,
that
your
I'm, okay,
cups.
let me be clear. Now that
Just
I'm a
one.
little upscale, I use Lysol wipes to
Okay,
clean my
that's different.
countertops.
But you're not using your Lysol wipes to clean your dishes. So
What,
it's
this?
Now that I'm upscale.
Because I still use Lysol
now
wipes
that I'm on
too.
my own.
But it's just like, I don't know if the Caribbean,
But-
if that's Caribbean or if that's just an island thing or a
I'm-
black people
I
thing.
can't
but-
say. That's just like, and we won't get into cleaning the chicken because I feel like that hit social media and it really threw some people.
I
Wait,
clean my chicken.
let's talk about it.
Listen,
Because-
because Haitian
Yeah,
people
I
clean their meat
I clean
thoroughly.
every meat. Like, even today, I had to make some steak tips. And I'm just like, it's going to take me a little while, but I got to season this. So I had to clean it, put your vinegar, your salt. I had to use real lime.
I was about to say, I was
juice.
waiting for the lime, and not lime juice.
Not lime juice.
Granted, when I'm tired, I ain't gonna lie, I skip
Yeah.
a little, you know what I'm saying? Because
I don't wanna be
we're
squeezing all that.
we're generation, but
So let
don't
me tell
you
you,
dare.
I
But
can
when
never
I'm making
skip it.
when
I
I
can
have
never-
to cook
no matter how
for people,
I
I
was
do the
gonna
real
say,
deal. When for myself,
You
I
know
might
what's
do a
weird?
little lime juice,
No
but
matter
for people,
how tired
I will
am,
take care.
No matter how tired I am, I can't because I feel like my grandmother's cussing me somewhere.
Watching you in the
Yes.
distance,
Yeah.
Yes.
standing in the corner talking about.
Some
And
things
you know,
are
like,
so instilled in you.
She passed, like my grandmother died, I want to say, she died in 05. And by that time, I was old enough. I wasn't cooking, but I was going into
But
the
you
ninth.
knew what to do.
I was going into the ninth grade, and I knew what she to do. Until this day, I can sometimes hear her cussing me. Like, let me do the dishes and not wipe off the counter.
See, and my grandfather was a super cool dude. Like, he's the dude that was like, listen, I know your parents gonna ride you, so I'm gonna teach you the essentials. I was always underneath him because I just thought my grandfather was the coolest dude ever. Chains and velour suits. That's what I remember.
Oh, come
Nice
on,
little, you know what I'm saying? Hit him with the gold.
Granddad.
Nice, with the whip fire, with the waves, and the, you know what I'm saying?
Granddad.
Like, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying? Like,
come
abuelo,
on,
like that's, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, I grew up, that's what I remember most.
Okay.
So, like when it came to cleaning things and taking care of stuff, that's him. My grandfather's the type of dude that don't care. If a bug fell on your food, he was the type of dude that'd be like, and then keep going.
So now I have a question for you guys. Did you visit Haiti after you came here? Have you gone back?
My parents have gone back. I haven't, because every time by the time I was old enough to go back, things started happening in Haiti.
Okay, I see.
So every time I would be like, oh, I want to go to Haiti. And I would tell my mother, and she'd be like, no, now is not a good time.
No,
And
no,
even
no.
now, like, I'm like, Mom, can we take a trip to Haiti? Now is not a good time. So
No,
I think
because
I
they
kind
say
of have
that
to do it on my
Yeah, they
own.
say that.
They say that sometimes, like with Jamaica, but I will
Nah,
say,
my mom, no. The last time my mom came back from Haiti, she was literally held at gunpoint, like
Wow.
on her way to the airport. So not a good time for me to go back.
Yeah.
And
So,
you know, parents, God forbid they say, I had a dream. You ain't going
Nowhere.
nowhere.
I went to DR last year, and I told my mom like a little bit right before I left, because she would still be worried about it. Like,
Yeah.
I told her right before I left, she was like, just be careful, don't talk to people. And I had the same people on the island reiterated the same thing, because right now is such a bad time.
Yep, the
Mhm.
So
DR.
it's
Yeah, I was
like-
shooting Big Poppy. He like,
Nah,
Listen,
talking
hold on,
about
but Big Poppy was out here slanging things.
no, that's false.
Oh, is it false?
It's
And
false.
it- but-
I'm all happy,
but-
like, is it false?
But the
And they
shooter
shot
came
him.
forward and said it wasn't for him.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
They shot the wrong person. But back to what I was saying, I was gonna say, every time we would go back to visit Jamaica, I always feel like my grandmother was lighter in Jamaica than she
Of
was up here.
course.
Yeah.
It was a different spirit.
Of course.
I mean, to tell you, we was staying out at night till like 3 a.m. telling
that's
W
home.
stories.
She's
Of
like,
course.
and it was just like, I was,
It's not the same setup in America. And granted, I have traveled.
yo, we killed
You know what
goats
I'm
for
saying?
dinner, yo.
But, like,
Listen.
Now,
And
see
that's one
here,
thing
my
I
cousin
want
chased me
experience.
around the house with a goat head one time.
Listen.
And
that makes the best Spanish water. Listen, you don't understand. Ooh.
Yeah, fuck
For my
it.
birthday.
although it does,
Oh.
I really don't appreciate you chasing me around with a frozen goat. She gonna put it on my back talking about, man.
So listen, for my birthday, I
hate you.
I want to say it was my 12th birthday, 11th birthday, one of them years. We go to Jamaica, and my father's like, "What do you want for your birthday? What do you want to eat?"
A
I'm
goat.
like, "No," I said, "I want curry goat," and he was like, "I bet." My grandmother's like, "We want curry goat." So the next morning, me and my
But
sisters,
wait,
we all
did
wake
your
up.
grandma tell you not to make friends with the animals?
Yes,
'Cause
they
my
told
grandma,
me
my
to
grandma
say
used to
that.
tell me,
always
she be
tell
like,
you that, because
she
they're
be
gonna
like,
kill it.
that ain't your, that goat you feeding, you just feeding him for me.
My
And I
little sister,
never registered.
my little sister was around the yard playing with the goat. We chasing the goat in the backyard. I just know we go like we go. My father takes us into town. He buys us all new Bibles, buys us hats, like just doing
Ooh, leather bound?
Yeah, yes, with the zipper. Yes, all new Bibles.
And the gold on the...
Yes! With the bookmark to go in it, you know it. Dude, I still
That
have
piece
it.
of ribbon!
I cannot.
Silk ribbon.
Yes,
Sis.
the finest piece of silk.
Okay.
Come on now.
I don't know whose granny was sewing those for all the countries, but let me tell you, I have a nice copy. Okay?
Yes, I have
the
that
one that
same.
don't crinkle when you ruffle
Listen,
the paper.
this shit is still nice. So we get back and we
I
notice that they got the goat tied up to the gate. And my cousin and them was wicked for this, but they're like, y'all wanna watch? We don't know what's going on. All I know is my father, my older cousin, took that goat up like this,
With a big, nice
lift the belly
machete.
down. I was like, whoa! Insides just fell out. I ain't never eat goat so good in my life. Okay?
You know the crazy thing is, I'm real particular about my goat because
We
I feel
named that
like
goat and everything.
I feel like goat is one of those meats where if it's not cleaned properly and you don't get all the hair off of it,
if you get a goat that's too old,
yes,
if you get a goat
that
that's
matters
too
to you.
young,
That matters.
you
That
better get you the
matters.
nice.
I'm
I need
not-
to go spend my summers on an island or something.
You
Somebody pay for me to go
Listen,
spend
I'm
my
not a
island
goat
on a-
person, but if it's one of those like once a year I might be in the mood to be like, yeah, I could go for some goat.
Listen, I'm a goat person.
I
Anyone
love
who
goat.
kills
Curry goat.
Listen, let me tell you.
And when Haitians put goat in
No, I was about to say because
Ooh,
I'm well deep into a Haitian relationship.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, Molly, just
So-
hold on, because that goat soup. Ooh.
yes, girl, yes.
And
Let me.
Those
tell
who-
all of us because let me tell you.
Child,
So
that
those
My
who
boyfriend's
don't
mother
know-
brings that up with the okra.
See,
I'm
I
about
don't
to
like
make some
okra,
today.
but no, I don't like okra. But I like to
I'm
use
out.
it in my
Thank
soup.
you.
Hold on, wait,
Thank you.
no.
I like to
Let's
use
talk
it to
about that.
season it, but I don't like okra.
Real quick. So growing up, right?
Sis.
What is one dish that you loved, and what is one dish that you hated
Alright.
from your culture? I'll start. My ultimate favorite dish has always been white rice, black sauce, and either fried chicken, like
I need you
Haitian
to
fried
say it the
chicken.
way they say it.
I'm going
please.
to. I
'cause
got
was
you.
gonna say because
I
I know
got
exactly
you.
what you're saying, and that's my favorite Haitian dish.
With either fried chicken or fried pork. So, tiri blanc à sauce pois noir,
Uh-huh.
agrio, or poule, which would be the proper way to say it.
Mm.
So, that's my favorite. So when my
Sidebar,
mom,
I love when Marley speaks Creole
And
because
she be
it
acting like
sounds
she
so
can.
good. Because you know what?
She's
you
so
speak,
proper. You sound like
exactly.
the expensive
You
Haitians.
sound
An
exactly the
expensive
the bougie ass Haitian that she
The
is.
ones in that live up in the mountains.
Mhm,
yeah,
the high
that's,
one.
that's where
We
we grew
live
up.
Jacques Mel.
Yes, what's your least favorite?
My least favorite has always been, I don't even know what it is in English. It's like a cornmeal.
Ooh, and
It's
it's flat.
called-
Is it like flat and hard? Like
Don't do
It's-
that.
It's
It's
not-
called blé. So if you're Haitian and you know what blé is,
describe
that
it. What
shit.
does it look like?
It's-
Because
it's like a darker cornmeal
Yeah.
kind of thing. I don't know. Anytime
how
I
do
see
they
it,
eat it?
With
Do they
sauce on
eat it
top.
like
I don't
porridge?
eat it, so
Do
I
they?
don't know.
It's like a porridge with the sauce on top, right?
Kind of, yeah.
So how
but
you
it's,
would...
it's
how
not
could you-
it's not porridge-y. It's more
No, it's
cornmeal.
It's thick.
Like
it's
thicker.
like little.
And
and I hate
It's grainy, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes can you like make it with fish and stuff?
Yeah,
like
you
that?
can have whatever you want.
Because
with it.
you know what this sound like?
That-
This sound like one of my favorite Jamaican dishes called tuncan meal. And what it is, well, they call it dog food. So listen.
That's what I feel.
listen. So
No.
So listen, I have many favorite dishes. Like my favorite dish, I can't say it's tuncan meal because my grandmother didn't make it often. It's only when she needs to go to the grocery store. Because what they did was they took all the leftover foods and cooked that. But tuncan meal tastes real good with some steamed fish and some okra. But my favorite dish would have to be ackee and saltfish.
Yes.
And I loved ackee and
You're
saltfish
such a
growing up.
Jamaican.
I
Such a
love,
Jamaican.
but listen, you gotta
But
get.
I too am Jamaican because that is my favorite dish. Like I too.
You gotta get the ackee and saltfish, and you gotta get it with the festival, which is the fried dumpling.
Mhm.
Or if you're really right, someone will make you some nice boiled dumpling,
Mm.
and they'll make sure they knead it in the middle, give you that little dip. So you listen.
Take me
Or-
to the
or
king.
If you're down south and your kitchen has AC, you can get
I
your
don't
breadfruit
have
roasted.
much to bring.
You know that breadfruit roasted on the stove?
Yes.
Yes, ackee and saltfish. That's my favorite.
And the thing is, we use a lot of the same thing because I didn't
Yeah, it's
even
like
know Haitian
interchangeable.
people use breadfruit. Like
No, I love
I got
breadfruit.
introduced to
Breadfruit
breadfruit
tastes
through
good with
Haitians
liver.
this year, but I've been
Breadfruit tastes
having
good
it
with
with,
some liver gravy. Ooh, or if they cook the chicken gizzard right.
and I hated chicken gizzards.
Now, so for my household, it was like a mixture thing. My dad is one of those people where like he grew up with staple dishes and he got so tired of them that he vowed that when he had his own family, he would never cook those things. So I grew up with everything. So I will grow up. Yes. I can, but I haven't in a long time. But that my grandfather used to make.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I am very fluent in all cultured food because
Food
Listen,
they're more so Haitian by association because she won't get
penetration
away.
and
You could probably get away, but you can't
and
now. You're stuck.
I can get away.
No,
What do you mean get away from
and now
you?
procreation.
I could never listen. I don't want to get away from the Haitians, alright? Because I need me some grill.
I
I need some
will.
legume.
No.
Oh, come on now.
That's what's being made today. Okay, third Sunday. You know what it is.
and another thing was
Schedule. That's
scheduled food.
I can say that's the only thing I hate.
Can I tell you?
Routine.
No,
because I know, like
50-50. When I'm in the mood for it and I know it's going to be this Sunday.
I remember my growing
No,
up
because
schedule.
my father was so against it. So I grew up. So my mom wasn't, like, my mom cooks. She cooks amazing. But my dad was the one who cooked in the house. So we always had, like, my dad was more like, listen, I'm going to cook every meal. So, like, he would be like, okay, tonight we're going to do Italian. Tonight we're going to do, you know, like a regular dish of mine. We're going to have some white rice. We're going to have some steamed vegetables, some fish, and some avocado. Okay, and you know, and that's good for me.
Let me tell you, they love putting pear with every dish. Pear with every avocado with every dish.
Well, I don't know what the problem is. I just met some people this year that never had avocado in
I
their
do
life.
not like it. It's a worthless piece of.
No, she gotta go. Why we leaving?
And at this moment, we will say have a good evening.
Why we leaving?
I just don't. So listen, if we gotta talk, my other dish that I never liked, because there's a lot of things I tell Jamaican. When I tell Jamaican people I don't like it, they're like, what? Two things: cow foot and tripe.
Well, I don't eat pork, so grill will never be my boat.
Cow foot and tripe, I can't eat it. I can't
tripe.
Eat the inside of a cow's
Tripe,
stomach.
I have tried
It's a sponge.
several times.
It's a
I've tried
sponge.
the Spanish way. I've tried the Jamaican way.
Nope.
It just doesn't do it for me. I've tried so many times. I've tried the Panamanian. I've had many.
She was just exploring.
Yeah, because you know something. Because I want to
see what everyone likes.
So I'm like, how you cook it is totally different from how they cook
eat
it.
tripe.
No, I can't either.
And then when we used to make stew peas and rice, so when you make stew peas and rice, you have to put the pigtail in it, the salted pigtail, because it gives it that flavor.
So my mom does it with smoked turkey neck.
So they use beef. They use stew beef.
Jamaican.
Yo, stew beef. So you a stew beef. I don't know already. Pocket no.
They do stew beef and they
come on.
They use stew beef and the pigtail. But let me tell you, this is when everyone in my household loved me, because you cannot get me to eat nobody's pigtail. Pigtail looks like little penis. I don't like little penis. Okay. I was never eating it. Never.
So at a point in time when I was a kid, because you know, if you grew up down south or if you spent your summers down south, you know, pig's feet, pig anything from the snout to the, as they say, from the rooter to the tutor. They'll eat it all. So
Jamaican people too, they love cooked chicken back.
God.
Like, ain't no.
Like, yo, there's so much back you can cook.
You ever go to a restaurant in New York and they want to serve you chicken back?
Listen, so you know, so there was that, and then there was like
Man at home.
Fine.
God damn. There was like, you know, there was that, and then it would just be like, you remember, I don't know, but pickled pig feet.
Oh, listen.
So Piggly Wiggly is a real place, okay?
It is.
Pickled pig feet is a real thing. They sell it by the jar.
Yes, so when they have the jar, so me and my cousin used to tear that up, like with because it was drenched in vinegar, it was sitting for God knows how long. You just dump some hot sauce on that and get to work. But when I think back about it, I'm like, yo, I'm sick because I haven't eaten pork in years.
Can I tell you something? This is so sorry.
Sick.
Sorry, Marley. You ever eat pickled eggs and then the hot sausages?
I haven't in a long time, but I used to.
Yo, we
you
used
know
to
it's
put
good
them in
because
the
you
bags.
over here whispering. Look at you.
Right, she's like, have you left?
She get real close.
So that's not a West Indian thing. That's just a down south thing. And in Miami, we would get the pickled egg and we would get the hot sausage. We would put them in the bag together.
First of all,
yo,
hot sausages like, oh, what's it, Tijuana Mama?
yeah. Oh,
And the red,
Daddy.
yellow.
you get your big super blow pop.
You thought you was somebody. Remember the gas station run?
Oh, come on. Before school. Listen, we was eating hot sausages at 8
First of
a.m.
all, I will come back. My
Belly
summers,
burning.
I'm over here like,
my summers
really?
will come back real crisp. That'll be real dark, real crisp because I'm a sun baby. I got to be out there in the sun, real crispy, real dark, and I come back with a whole slew
Listen,
of Tijuana mamas, and
I'm gonna tell
I'm
y'all
talking
right
about
now.
the fat
Or
ones.
if you go to the right corner store and you're that same jar that they put the pickled pig feet in, they put the pickled hot sausage. You make sure you get the one that's right there in the middle,
bottom. Oh,
soaked up all the juices. Come on.
So they look like they're ready for dinner.
take me to the king, because I do not have much to bring.
Yo,
How about this?
Jesus, can we make sure there are hot sausages in heaven?
What are some
Please, Lord. Thank
Can you do like
mannerisms?
some favor where it's not like pork? If you could hook me up.
No.
Because it's the thing, whoever made them pickled hot sausages put every piece of meat in it. Because it wasn't just pork, it was pork, beef,
it's like a hot
chicken,
dog. I
turkey.
can't even eat hot dogs now, just knowing that it's byproducts and stuff. But it hurts me deep down to know that at some point I tear them
Tear them
shit.
shits up.
Oh,
To this day, my
Ladies.
baby look at me like,
Ladies.
oh, wait.
No.
I have a closing.
Wait.
I was going to say I have a good closing.
Wait.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
not closing.
Oh, it's not a closing.
So-
Never mind. Take it back.
Reel it in.
Boom.
Take it back.
I'm over here ready to go eat.
Take it
All right.
back.
Right, we're like, all right,
How
let's
about-
go get something.
Some mannerisms that have stuck with you guys, because
Ooh.
for me, walking into any household,
I think that's everybody.
you gotta kiss on the cheek twice.
Oh, no.
No. Haitians, twice on the cheek. When it comes
Yeah.
to, the adults. I mean, if it's my friends, I'd be like, oh, hey. Bitches.
No, I was about to say it's a firm good morning,
Good
You
evening.
gotta make sure you
good night,
acknowledge
Good afternoon.
or it is hello to
everybody. And you
Adults
make sure
in
you
the
look
house.
at everybody.
Make
exactly.
eye
Or
contact
if
when you
and if
speak.
there's multiple people you can't make your way around, you say hi, good evening, everyone.
Yes.
You do one circular
Circle.
motion
Yeah.
to make sure
Yes.
you hit everyone.
Because
My grandmother would hit you. Did I wake up next to you?
Exactly. Like,
You don't
and
have
that's
You don't
sticks
have
with me
any
now.
I just took
That
my
sticks
mom out
with
to
me
lunch.
now.
I just took my mom out to lunch, and when we was done eating, I grab her plate, my plate, and I clear off the table. And when I go out to eat, sometimes with my coworkers, they be like, "Oh, why you clear off the table?" I'm like,
It's
in the back
habit.
of my mind, because my mother is standing right there talking about, "Oh, I raised you like that.
Listen.
I raised you in a farm.
Or listen.
You don't have no manners."
Or when people, I don't know if y'all ever went through this. My grandmother will call your name and you'd be like, yes. And she won't answer. Yes.
No,
Yes,
no.
grandma.
Mm-hmm. Yes, who?
If you did not put that noun behind that response.
Or better yet, it was if I even said yes, but if it got silent, it was because you're not to say yes from afar. I'm calling you.
to
Come
here.
here.
Yo, and then my grandmother would call us for the most ridiculous stuff. Pass me the remote. Yo,
Yes.
That's everybody's parent.
But
Get me
still.
some ice. Go give me some ice. I want you to know the kitchen is here. The ice is here. It does not matter. You better use them young legs and go get what I asked you
Listen.
for.
that was
Exactly.
a lesson. That was a lesson.
Oh
Or
my goodness.
what thing? What? This is a very.
Do you guys have siblings?
Oh
Yes.
Okay. So how was it growing up with your siblings? Because
So me and
I'm
my
an
brother-
only girl.
See, my brother and I are 7 years apart, so I knew my mom straight up played favoritism. I knew I was a daddy's girl, so it wasn't a big deal, but it was definitely things that were like, okay, as a girl, my dad was on some like, okay, no boy can cross this threshold. And by threshold, I mean 40 yards, 50 yards, a football field. Don't ever come on my porch, I'll shoot you. Like, whoa, like, okay, so there's that. You definitely, no.
See,
No,
there's.
you just couldn't do nothing if you was a girl.
There was
Pretty much.
there was a smooth 7 of us, and my grandmother.
She said
A smooth seven.
Because last time she said
about-
a smooth 6.
It was a smooth 7 because my older sister Marjorie, she was older and she was out doing her own thing. And when
Yeah,
my,
see, me and my brother are 7 years apart.
when my grandmother took me, my older sister KK, and my 3 younger sisters down to Florida with us. My little brother stayed up here with my mother, and it was
he got that northern treatment.
yes,
Mhm.
it was just 5 of us down south, 5 girls down south in the house. Then we had my cousins and his mad cousins. And my grandmother used to always instill in us, you don't need friends.
Because
You see, I have mad friends. And yo, but my
Yeah,
grandmother was, let me tell you, my grandmother was so petty. The kids that would want to come and play, they couldn't walk through the house, make them jump the gate. Yo, they gotta jump the gate to come play with us?
first of all,
They live right next door.
first of all, you're not coming in the house. My grandmother, she had a long driveway.
If they had to pee, they had to go back home and pee.
see.
My grandmother was
My
like,
grandmother-
they live next door. What's wrong with
rolled,
that bathroom?
Yo, she rolled that line between what's wrong with your bathroom, and it depends on what friend it was.
Oh,
If
yeah.
it was a good
Yes,
friend,
that is true.
it was a good friend who she know is prim and proper and dress well and show up to church on Sunday and don't talk and don't steal no peppermints, you could come inside and use a good bathroom.
No.
But close her door, because if you let that air out,
Listen.
that I pay the bills for.
And then there was no
And
sleeping.
get out my fridge, because there ain't
There was
nothing in
no
there.
sleeping at nobody's house. There was no sleeping at no
Never.
friend's house, no aunt's house, no. What's wrong with your bed?
See, thanks to my mom, because my dad was very much like, hell no. But my mom was like, listen, she's a girl. She needs to socialize. Let her. I had one friend whose house I could say one
What
friend.
you mean? We used to have to beg to sleep at my aunt's
I had
house.
I gave up.
one.
We had
I gave
cousins. We had cousins, and my grandmother was like, "What's wrong with your bed?" I'm like, "But I want to go to Auntie Jackie them house. I don't know what
Those
goes
are
on at Jackie's
Those are
house."
the only houses I was
my
able to go to. My
No,
cousin's
well, no,
house,
We
see,
got to
because-
visit, but we had to get dropped off. My grandmother would have my grandfather could pick us up. Mind you now, Broward and
Oh
Dade
yeah, for
County,
sure.
we're not-
You had to be picked up, dropped off. She had to. My mother had to
You have
know
to
who
know.
you were.
And you gotta come inside and speak.
Yes.
Yes.
But a good firm 30 minutes, she had to have a conversation with them so she could feel comfortable. Otherwise, we wasn't going nowhere, and I was going
I
back
used to
where
be
we
like,
came
Grandma,
from.
these are your
Honestly, I
daughters.
do that now. Like when I'm in, like if I come to your house and like if your mom was like if you live with your mom,
Yeah.
I come to your house. I'm gonna have a full blown conversation with your
With
mom
your mother
before
first.
I go
That's
to
the-
you.
It's
yeah, of
respect.
course.
Yes, because
That's
like
the rules. You ask how you're doing, how have you been,
mhm.
how's everything going. You look good.
Can I
you
tell
look
you what
well.
scares me? When I hear some of these kids talk to their parents, I'm like, "Oh, child, I could
Who
never."
raised ya?
Who,
Mom,
who raised you?
And
Who?
see, as a
I would've
mother
been
right
popped.
now,
I would have been dead.
I'm raising you, Soleil. So when you watch this several years from now, it's me, Mom.
You
and
just scared
And
me.
Auntie
And the
will
morals
definitely
is the
be there,
same.
like,
Listen,
No,
I'm gonna be
no.
there to tell
Yo-
you. Make sure you
your
say
aunts-
yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am.
listen, at the end of the day, your aunts don't trump me, okay? Sorry. So your aunt could be waiting outside talking about, girl, come on, hurry up. If I catch you. That's another
and that's
thing.
another thing. Like your mom,
Yo,
it don't
yo,
matter
you
who
ever
was
got
going
caught?
against your mom.
Let me tell you, I had little sticky fingers growing up.
See, I didn't have sticky fingers,
I
but
had
my,
sticky fingers.
I had a habit of doing that, like, oh yeah, Mom, I'm on my way home, but I'm hanging with my friends and I want to be cool. And my mom knows that's where I get it from. When I say I'm like the city president and I know everybody, no, my mother knows everybody, because it'll be like, oh, you look just like Celeste. Oh, that's Celeste's daughter. Let me call her and tell her I saw her daughter downtown cussing up a storm, standing in front of the corner mall while her friends with her skirt hiked up. Like,
See,
and
and
I
that's
be
the
one
thing.
of those.
I was, like I said, I was a little sticky finger, and there was one day we got out of school. Like on Wednesdays, we got out of school. It was early release day on Wednesdays, and I'm walking home, and I'm not planning on taking nothing from the corner store. I was actually trying to buy me some gum.
not today, sister.
But because I wasn't supposed to be in there, and my grandmother rolled up to the corner store at the same time, I'm trying to hurry up and walk out. And the guy said, "Wait, you didn't pay for that gum." My grandma said, "Oh, so you're stealing again?" And I'm like, "No, I wasn't trying to steal." Yo,
Oh my god.
Yo.
Okay.
Well, listen, we could go on forever.
We
about
sure
this,
can,
but
because West Indians are something else.
they
like,
are. It's
always,
a glorious culture. It's a limited club. It's a beautiful thing to
Grew up
be.
listening to Owen
And
Gray.
don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with being American.
Ooh,
Everybody.
Question: who is the Jamaican icon?
Icon.
Who the
You
Jamaican
want
icon?
icon?
Listen, Jamaican icon.
It is
Celine Dion.
All right.
Actually,
First and foremost.
she's for Haitians too. 'cause
She's the
like I
Caribbean
told you,
icon.
Yes.
There's nobody. Yeah, no, truly.
Because she's
truly.
from Canada.
And
she's-
because I'm your lady.
And you are my man.
And whenever you reach for me, sis, will you do all that you can?
Oh,
That
that
you
I
can.
can.
By the way, y'all, she's coming in December. I
And
don't know who
we
wants to come with me.
will be
I don't know who
there.
wants to come
I'm
with me.
sending my mama.
We're gonna do a live video. No, you.
No, I'm
coming
really
too.
gonna send
Okay.
my mama. Like, I
Coming
really
too.
think that would be a good gift for my mom.
You don't understand, Celine.
Iconic.
When
Honestly,
you touch
if-
me like this.
and when you hold me like that.
Mm.
Okay. Anyway.
If you're
But
not
yes,
from the
go
Caribbean,
ahead.
you really don't know what it is to go to a party.
But if
and
you go
start
to,
Yeah,
if
because
you go to
honestly, if I
Caribbean
walk
parties,
into
they
somewhere-
definitely still sneak in some Celine Dion.
And
They don't sneak it. That's the warm
That's
up.
how you start
yeah.
up.
First of all, if I walk into Russell Auditorium, if you're from Boston, if I walk
Or
into
Unity.
Russell to Black and White or to anywhere, no, you need more like,
Yeah,
soca,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So you have a little bit of burning flames there, you know,
Yeah.
okay. So, but if I walk in, or Sparrow, if I walk in and you're not playing that, or you're not playing some variation of the West Indian version of R&B song, I'm
Ooh.
uncomfortable and I'm leaving.
Yeah, like who's the DJ?
I don't care what ticket money I paid. I'm uncomfortable and I'm leaving.
Because you don't know how to introduce me. And
Exactly,
that's
you don't know how to
typical-
introduce
Pop
yourself.
Oh,
Papa.
two. Don't ever go to listen, and this is coming from Grandma Fall Asleep herself. Don't ever go to a West Indian party thinking you leaving. At anyone's 12 o'clock.
We
The
talking
party
about-
just started.
First of all, Spanish parties never end. As a matter of fact,
I lived next door to some Cubans. And
my
they party for 3
neighbors-
days straight.
my neighbors are still playing music from Friday night. I left. I went to Rhode Island. I went to my girl's bridal party. I came back. They were still playing music. I woke up. They were still playing music. I'm confident that there are Coronas on the curbs nearby. I just kindly pick them up and put them in a recycle bin because that's family and I don't want to get into it.
I'm telling you, West Indian parties, they just party.
Oh my goodness.
My friend was just telling me yesterday she went to a baby shower that started at 5, but it didn't start till 7.
Yes.
A baby shower.
Yes.
That's
Girl, I just went to a Nigerian baby shower and I'm confident I'll still be there. Like if
If
I
you
didn't
didn't leave.
if I didn't leave, which was lit by the way. Shout out to my boo.
listen.
Congratulations. But yeah. Well, shoot, in a nutshell, it's great to be American, but it's wonderful
to be
West
a
Indian.
I wouldn't change it. You can't tell me, come on, what are you? I'm Jamaican. Were you born there? No. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not, no, I'm
I am.
Jamaican.
Because like even certain, honestly, guys, I'm like I said, I'm so Americanized. Like when it comes to compa, all I remember is the compa that was played.
Don't get me started on her.
The compa that was played while we were cleaning the house, and it wasn't. Some of it was churchy, but the others, oh child, I remember all those songs. Black Power, all.
What's my joint I be playing?
Yo, that's
Sweet,
what I remember.
Sweet Mikey?
Sweet Mickey, please.
Sweet Mickey, excuse me.
Mikey.
You know what's
I know
what I
better.
like?
Don't disrespect our old
I
president.
miss
like
the
that.
wine. I'm a little.
Yes.
First
That's
of all,
newer, but
that's every beat.
Yeah. But like
When you
know,
hear it, you're like, I know what to do.
you know.
Okay.
Okay. So to close off, you know, it's great to be from the islands.
It's a wonderful
Them
feeling.
still drums,
And-
man. Oof.
And the thing is, you know how like people used to hate on Haitians and Africans and stuff. Welcome back. We are.
Let me be clear. I grew up with Haitians.
I always wanted to be Haitian growing up. I'm gonna tell
I
you,
grew up with
because in
Haitians. My
Florida,
godmother is Haitian.
Because
I've
in
So
never
Florida-
I'm always
Haitian.
loved.
That's one
Like,
thing.
growing up in
always
Florida,
loved.
it was nothing but Haitians and Hispanics.
So there's no,
So
there's
you
no
either
reason to
was-
hate.
You wasn't
like-
even Jamaican. You was either Haitian
And
or
then let me
Hispanic.
tell you, tell somebody you're Jamaican. No, you're not. You just lying because you don't want to say you're Haitian.
And that's the thing too, because I hate that. Like, I've never ever had to deny being Haitian. One, because I guess people don't even believe me. But people who be like, "Oh, I'm Jamaican. I'm mixed." With what?
Well, you
A
could
little
ask
bit
my
of this
mother.
dick and a little bit of that.
I was
I mean, if you
well, you could ask my mother.
if you something
'cause-
else by penetration, that's on you. But I need y'all to acknowledge y'all real.
Nah,
y'all
I'm
real
gonna tell
savage.
y'all right now. Growing up in Miami, if you found you the right light skinned girl, she's gonna tell you she was Spanish. She was Dominican. She was Cuban.
Well, I can't say anything.
and
because-
now that it's popular, Shorty be walking around with that Haitian
'Cause
flag
me-
strong.
Mm.
I'm
See,
like,
me and
sis,
Marley had this conversation. I got mistaken all the time when I was younger. I used to get mistaken for Somalian.
I can see it.
That's fair, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful.
But that's the
a beautiful
thing.
mistake to
I
me.
feel like
yes,
all
come on
cultures and
down,
all
like,
people are beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Especially
Ain't
the
nothing wrong with that.
original people from Africa.
Ooh.
Mm.
Shade.
Wow.
But
Oh, God,
Yeah.
dark.
Ooh.
Well,
but
in a nutshell, that's what it is. That was a good. That was a. Y'all just walked me down
Episode.
memory lane.
That was great.
Okay. All right. Well.
But you know, this is our little tangent about being West Indian.
Mhm.
Go ahead, talk to me and swear your hair about my time.
Right. She
I ain't got no
said-
hair.
She
I ain't got no
looking like,
hair.
she looking like Ebony. I just came to dance for y'all, and that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
Did I say that was one of my favorite movies? Because Players Clubs was definitely one of my favorites.
Okay,
It's
we're
always
going
one
in
of
the
my
next
favorites.
episode. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us.
Thank you,
Alright.
guys.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
good
joining Ebony
day.
and Diamond and.
Oh, yeah.
That's Trixie.
Are you Bernie Mac?
No, why you do me
feel
like
like
that? Why you do me
I
like
feel
that?
like
Trixie ain't never got no play.
There's a hose in his There's a hose.
about to go there and get some money, y'all. It's money out
She
there.
said, you ain't shit, your mama ain't shit,
Hold
your
on,
babies
y'all.
ain't shit.
and I'm gonna get you.
All right, guys.
It's
Thank
gonna be
you
some
again
trouble,
for joining us
trouble.
on Talks with Wine. I am your host, Marley.
And on Tamara.
And I'm done.
Come
That's
on,
Tamaya's
she's
name.
Tamaya.
All
Have a
right.
good night.